Why do I prefer Bitcoin above stocks, above ETFs? Today I'm going to go deeper into this topic. So welcome to Pony Talks again on this new video. Wednesday, my latest video in Belgium. So tomorrow we are heading out for a small trip. But today again, I'm going to talk about Bitcoin. Why I prefer Bitcoin above stocks. I'm not saying you need to buy only Bitcoin. No, if you diversify, that's the best thing you can do. So let's dive deep into it. So this is the weekly chart of Bitcoin. Why I start with Bitcoin, why I start with crypto, because it's my main focus. But I'm not going to leave this at the weekly. I'm going to the 6 month charts. As we can see, this is a really beautiful one. Since the start of this chart, of course, the lowest area, we were somewhere around 100 euro. For the people that know, we were not at 100 euro. The lowest numbers were below $1. So again, this is a move of 111,428%. This is huge. This is insane. If you look at it, it's in only 12 years of time. So this is why I love Bitcoin. The volatility is here, but everything is shifting right now. Someone said, I'm hesitating to buy Bitcoin. I'm hesitating to get involved. Why should I go into Bitcoin? It dropped 50% right now and stocks are up 12%. Completely correct. That's something I also see. But then again, I look at the bigger picture. And if we look at this move, indeed, we have a move of more than 50%, even I think 52% we dropped. But if we go back in time and then you say, back in time, we are now 2026, we need to act now. So, but 4 years ago, we were at an area of 15,000. We went up 700%. So that's an 8x. Even if you look at the moment right now, we are still up 300%. So that's a 4x. So for me, I always look at the longer picture, the bigger picture, the long time frame, and then I can share my values and see where we are going. I always do it like that. I'm not looking, oh, now we have a year that's it's bearish. This is also a good year. This is a year to get involved even deeper. Why buy at a high? No, I always say buy at lows. And how do we know what the lows are? This is what you learn with me. Okay, you can learn everything yourself as well or somewhere else, but I'm sharing this information to you all in House of Investing. I always put the link in the description below. Just go and have a look. Then I can reach out to you as well if you want more information. So also my X account is there. If you like this value, if you want to keep me going, then like, subscribe, and of course put on the notification bell that you always know when I put the new videos on. So for the people that are already here for a longer time, they know Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I drop them at 7 p.m. Central Eastern Time. This is always the time I love most. But for the newer people, now you know as well. So that being said, Bitcoin had made a huge move to the upside, as you can see in this chart. Let's go and have a look at stocks. So let's take Apple, for example. Is Apple a bad investment? Let's do the same thing we did from 2014 and have a look where we were. We were at the price of $17. It went up max 1,666%. This is huge. This is insane. This is a 17 to 18x. This is, if you invest $1,000 in 2014, now you have $18,000 or 17,000 or 16,000. If we look at this moment, you would have 16,000, almost $17,000. This is insane. But did you remember what I said about Bitcoin 2014? It was 111,000%. So the gains are not even close to what Bitcoin is doing. This is good, but also a bad thing. Why is it a bad thing that Bitcoin moved up so big, so huge? It can also drop really, really fast. So this is the difference between a stock, ETFs, or like, for example, the S&P 500, that they don't drop that much like Bitcoin does. So if we see this move right here is a drop of 30% in 6 months, now we have already a drop in 6 months of 50%. So $1,000 means you still have 700 in Apple, and $1,000 you still have $500 in Bitcoin. So this is the biggest difference, but everything is shifting. The last bear market in crypto was 77% drop. Now we are at 50%, 52%. So maybe we will not drop 77, maybe we will drop 70, 60%. That would mean that it becomes less volatile. And the less volatile it becomes, the less gains you will take as well. Because if it's going down not that big like it used to, it won't go up, let's say a 10x or a 20x. This is something you need to know. The more money gets involved, the less volatile it will become. Of course, if you start from $1 and you go to $1,000 volatility or money into the project, it still can be very volatile. But if you are already talking about trillions, then it's a big difference. There is only a max amount of money in the market to invest. So that's why Bitcoin will not go up that quick anymore. But then again, only 21 million Bitcoin are there. If the whole world wants some Bitcoin, then it could go very fast. This is stocks, this is Apple, this is just an example as well. And then we go to the S&P 500. So again, this is also a very nice move on this chart. We only started in 2018. So let's see, 2018, the lowest point. Let's go right here, 2175. And we go to the highest point, it's 250%, meaning this is a 3.5x on your investment, which is still really, really good. But again, if I compare this with Bitcoin, Bitcoin in 2018, this is 8 years ago, the previous bear market, let's say from 8 years ago, we were somewhere around $3,000. I'm going to check it real quick. I don't know the exact number, but 2018, we were lowest point, we were at 3,138. So let's go and have a quick look where we went. It's still in 39x, which is huge. This again, 39x is a big number. So the gains, $1,000 becomes $39,000. If you invest in the S&P 500, your $1,000 becomes 3,500, which is still good. And I do understand people don't like the volatility. They prefer less risk. And then I completely agree to get involved into stocks, into index funds, into ETFs. So this is also an opportunity. But I'm not saying that you need to invest only in Bitcoin. Invest in several things. Invest in crypto, invest in stocks, diversify your portfolio is the best thing you can do. And the most important thing for me is that you also learn the skills about everything. So don't just get involved. And now he talked about S&P 500. I'm going to invest there. I'm going to invest in Apple and I'm going to invest in Bitcoin. No, don't invest just because I'm now talking about it. This is not financial advice, of course. This is just me sharing what I think about the markets. And if you learn the skills, you know where to invest. This is not the topic I'm going to get into right now. You can always reach out to me in the school House of Investing community. There, I'm teaching more of these things where the best investments are situated and charting. Of course, I explain that as well. So this is me explaining the difference or the importance of diversifying your portfolio, but also seeing the big numbers in Bitcoin compared to stocks, compared to the S&P 500, compared to ETFs. So this is really important to know what can happen and why I love Bitcoin so much. It's not because of the volatility, it's not because of the huge gains, it's because of the technology that I know that will be there in, let's say, 10 to 20 years, and maybe the whole world will use it. This is something we still have to see, but I am a big believer in this. So thank you all for being here. I hope this was clear. Like I already mentioned, if you like this value, if you like these videos, just put on the notification bell, like and subscribe, and always leave a comment is also nice. I will always respond, of course, if you have questions, if you have something to add, if you want me to improve things, also share it. Feedback is always welcome. Let's keep it clean, let's keep it friendly. I'm just here to share information and get you involved into this space. Have a great rest of the day, have a great rest of the week. I will see you all next Friday. Bye bye.